At our next stop, we are going to meet Napoleon and Louise Davis Calimese. Napoleon's family was living in Normal by 1900. Louise came to Bloomington Normal shortly before the couple married in 1920. We know very little of Louise's background, but we do know that Napoleon followed in the footsteps of his older brother and father and became a barber. He began working in downtown Normal by around 1915, and the shop's clientele was exclusively white patrons because it was against the law for blacks and whites to have their hair cut in the same establishment. When we meet the Calimeses, they are nearing retirement as the second set of house parents at the McLean County Home for Colored Children, which was founded in 1920. The Calimeses took the job as house parents in 1927, partially because Napoleon's doctor recommended that he get more fresh air and sunshine. For nearly 30 years, the couple worked at the home on the 1200 block of West Moulton Street. Moulton Street was later renamed MacArthur Street due to the unsavory reputation that it had for being the location of several homes of ill repute. The Calimeses did their very best to make the home just that, a home. They threw birthday parties, had Christmas celebrations, took the children on outings, and made it a real family-like environment. The McLean County Home for Colored Children and the Illinois Soldiers and Sailors Children's School were the only institutions that took care of African American children in Bloomington Normal until the late 1960s, when some other local institutions either merged or changed their policies. When the couple retired from the home in 1957, Napoleon continued working. For several years, he was a serviceman at the House of Hoover and eventually went back to barbering from 1965 to 1968 at Gaston's Barbershop in downtown Bloomington. Let's go meet Napoleon, or Mr., as Louise calls him, Calimese, and his wife, Louise.
Right along the side here. I'm at the end there, so going in right there.
Morning, Mr. Calimese. You're up bright and early.
Who's that at the door?
Neighbor from across the street, bringing me this paper.
Mind if I take a look at that paper?
Looks like you're having a look. And no, I don't mind. Where are the boys?
Weeding.
You got them weeding on a Sunday morning before
They
church.
got behind in the garden and doing our little retirement party on Thursday. That's why I can't leave anybody else in charge of when there's work to be done.
Not everybody is as stern a taskmaster as you are. That's true. But are you looking for something in particular in there?
No, just the news.
The society news? It's further back. It's a few pictures with captions. They call it the Booker T Tea.
The what?
The Booker T Tea. A tea party for the Calimeses, retiring from the Booker T Washington home. The Booker T Tea.
Bunch of pictures of white ladies.
And me?
And you. Not one picture of me.
Did you want to have your picture taken at a tea party with white ladies?
No, I didn't. But you always manage to get your picture in the paper. With white ladies giving you stainless steel silver for the home, or pictures of your girls who cook and sew, and your 4-H girls, and your quick chicks with their prize-winning dresses on display at Withers Library.
Why, mister, are you jealous?
Oh, and your Mighty Smart Woman article.
That was what, 10
where you're so
years
proud
ago.
of your femininity, where you don't try to ape men or replace them at
She's
work.
the one who said that, the writer, not me.
Oh, and how to stay happily married. You have to take what you have and make the most of it. You have to Learn to be home-loving and learn to do without. Without what, Mrs. Calimese?
What, did you memorize that? Mister, are you holding a grudge?
No, I'm not. Just where's the article about me? Where's the picture of me? I'm retiring too.
You've had your picture in the paper, but you're hardly ever smiling. You always look so grim and tired.
Well, I am tired. It's hard work. Looking after 20 children, or 19, or 15, or 17, whichever there were at any given time. All ages, who didn't always mind till we got a hold of them, who had to be taught discipline and a daily routine.
Self-reliance, independence. We've done a good job with these children all these years. Mister, you can be proud.
I am proud, but I'm tired.
Mr. Calimese, can you imagine? We'll be able to sleep in. Remember all those years you had to sleep over in the cottage with the boys? Me in the bigger house with the girls? Before this fireproof brick house? Before this fine home on MacArthur, we could hardly ever be in the same place at the same time. I just might miss this place. Don't suppose you'll miss that big garden, digging all those potatoes.
What am I going to do now?
I thought you said you were going back into bargaining.
Oh, no, you said that,
you
not
told
me.
me to say that, mister.
Well, I'm not sure I want to go back to cutting white men's hair.
You can cut anybody's hair you want.
And make a living at it? We'll see.
Mister, you worried about retirement?
No. I'm looking forward to it. I'm tired. Day after day out in that garden, planting, weeding, harvesting. I didn't set out to be a truck farmer. I didn't set out to raise a whole village of children with 60 bushels of potatoes to feed them,
Mister,
400 pounds of cabbage,
Mister,
25 pounds
you know
of
that
corn.
this job was the best thing that ever happened
Because
to
that
you.
doctor told me to get more fresh air and sunshine.
Yes, that too. And to give those children what they needed when they needed it. So they wouldn't have to adjust to a private home again. To get them ready for the grown-up lives.
You taught them to cook and sew, be polite and kind, and be good women.
You taught them to garden, work hard, build things, fix things. You taught them to be respectful, disciplined men.
We taught them to take care of themselves in the world, didn't we?
Yes, we did. And we took care of them while they were ours to care for. Comforted them through hard times. Helped them to adjust when they first came to the home. Got them through those tough times in adolescence when they got all twisted up in the inside.
Remember those two from Southern Illinois who thought they were white?
Oh, mister. Well, they were raised white by their white granny.
Rather send them to us than send them to a colored school in their own community.
Oh, it was more complicated than that. She cared for those children, but they were probably better off here. And I'm glad they came.
In the early years, there were a lot of kids in the home who were mixed race. Some of them had family right here in town who wouldn't take them in.
But we took in any child who came to us. Gave them a real home, a real family life. Best to focus on the positive, mister.
You were so good at this, Louise.
Well, mister, so were you.
No, Mrs., you're a natural. You led with your heart. You truly mothered them. I was...
You were a man they could respect and look up to.
But I should have smiled more.
Maybe.
For the paper.
Oh, I think they caught you smiling now and again. But it's been a hard life, mister. You've been through a lot. The First World War, the pneumonia, took its toll on your lungs. The loss of our boy.
Please don't, Louise.
I know, but I want to remember him. I don't want to lose him over and over by not being able to speak of him. I need to know that he was here amongst us, if only for 12 short years before his appendix ruptured. What would we have done without all those children to care for, to keep us going? We had our own Betty and our orphans to surround us. Remember how they served as honorary pallbearers at our John's funeral? How they tried to comfort us? They knew what it was like to lose someone. Oh, mister, they gave me back so much more than I could ever give them. Each and every time a little one would climb up into my lap.
You're right, Louise.
They were all our children. For however long we had them, some for a good long time and some for a short time until their broken homes were mended.
And now we're giving them up.
What?
We're letting them go.
No!
To the next superintendent and matron, Mr. T.J. Brown, and his wife, Fanny. I hope he knows what he's doing. I hope they don't just play baseball all day long.
Oh, mister, you're jealous that he was a real baseball player, coach, and athletic director.
Well, aren't you just a little bit jealous of her? With her music training and her public school teaching.
No, mister, I'm not. I'm happy for all the benefits that they'll be bringing to our children. I'm gonna miss them.
I'm gonna miss them too.
Oh, mister, you're sad to be leaving. What with all your complaining, I'm tired. I'm ready to retire. You're sad to be going.
Once you get into this work, it's hard to get away. Well, I'm not done yet. Still work to do this morning, and I bet there's more fooling around going on than weeding at this very moment.
You make sure they're washed up before they come to breakfast and that they have time to get
Where
ready
is
before
breakfast,
church.
Mrs. Calimese? Shouldn't you be in there supervising?
Mister, I'm on my way. Those girls know how to scramble eggs and make biscuits. Who do you think I am?
Well, you're not some fancy lady sitting around drinking tea, that's for sure. Get back in that kitchen. Mrs.
Get back in that garden, Mr. Calimese.
The McLean County Home for Colored Children was renamed the Booker T. Washington Home in 1942. In 1969, the home merged with the Lucy Orm Morgan Home to become the Morgan Washington Home. In 1978, that home merged with Victory Hall and eventually became known as the Children's Foundation. This organization still exists today as Children's Home and Aid.